Bam. Look at what we got today. Welcome everybody to Devonius' Domain Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Modulok. Probably one of my favorite Masters of the Universe characters. And I'm excited to get this guy. Right now we're looking at the outer shipper box. It got some cool art here. You can see Modulok in all of his glory. And then we turn it around here. This is pretty cool. We've got a good look at how he's built and everything, all the parts and assembly that you can do. That's pretty cool. And then we turn it around and we got another cool shot of art. That is very, very cool. I just think that's dope. Nothing really there except for the rest of his body. So let's take this guy out, take a look at what's actually inside that we want to see. And bam, once again, here we go. Another bam for y'all on Devonius' Domain Toy Review. Check it out. It's looking pretty damn cool. The ultimate transforming creature. 34 body parts. Create 1,000 plus monsters. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know. Modulok, evil beast of 1,000 bodies. The evil horde sticker. Modern posing. Retro play. And then we've got the little figure window, the box window here. You can see Modulok in all of his glory, but only a mere one appearance of his glory. You can see here on the side, there's tons of different configurations that you can get Modulok in. Very, very cool. Over here as well. Very, very cool. And this packaging is super cool. I like that they kind of got like a bigger box to kind of mirror his original release. He had a deluxe kind of box back then. Wasn't as big as this, but this is still pretty cool. And then here we're going to check out the sides. Oh, look, there's even more. There's even more. That's pretty damn cool. Then we're going to turn it here into the back, and would you look at that art? That is pretty bitchin'. I remember when the art originally got uploaded on the internet, I was kind of like looking at all the characters that they've got here, and there's a lot of cool, interesting characters in this art piece. It looks like, I think that's She-Ra. I mean, it should be She-Ra. We got a Horde Trooper, and then this guy, I don't remember his name. I don't know her name. A lot of these characters are kind of newish. That's Stondar, I'm pretty sure. And then another member of the Rock People race from Eternia. Well, they're not actually from Eternia, but you know what I'm saying. And then we got this bitchin' illustration here of Modulok. This is really, really awesome. The beautiful backdrop, too. This just looks fantastic. All this cool shit in the background. I mean, it's just awesome. Some familiar faces. And then up here, this is really cool. I don't know who this guy is. I hope that we get this guy in Origins, because I'm all about the multi-body part kind of figures in the MOTU line. You know, like I eventually down the line would like to get Multibot, and obviously I really like Modulok, so that guy looks cool as fuck. I'm all about more Horde guys. We haven't had a whole lot of Horde figures in the past couple of years in Origins. They've been kind of preoccupied doing other stuff like the Snake Men and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, so it's really cool that we're getting some other stuff here from the Horde, finally, you know, and what a way to give us some more Horde stuff, giving us Modulok. And then down here, it's got some art. Use tool to remove ball joints from sockets. That is really cool. I did not know that's what that was. I thought that was just like a shield, but it kind of works as a shield as well. Transformable weapon, very cool. Anyone that has the original toy knows that. Enough parts to form 2 complete creatures. Again, you know that if you had the original toy. And this is awesome. Bottom here, legal mumbo jumbo on the side. More creatable characters with the body parts you have. Modulok, evil beast of 1,000 bodies. Very, very cool. All right, well, let's get this guy open. Let's see what's inside the packaging. All right, so here we go. This is everything that Modulok comes with in all of its glory. Very, very cool. All the paint applications are looking good and everything. It's a lot of stuff. It's kind of overwhelming, honestly, and it includes a new shield here, which is very, very cool. And also comes with an instruction manual in case you don't know how to use your imagination. All there. So pretty cool. And this is just like a nice little piece of memorabilia or whatever, if you want to keep some stuff from your toys. I know I like to keep some of that stuff, so it's pretty cool. And let's check out all the different parts. He's got his guns that are detachable, and you can create one super blaster. Then some like weird joints here. Got some legs. Sorry, knocked my camera. On both sides. Tail part. Another like maybe piece of abdomen or whatever. And then we got some arm parts right here, which is pretty cool. And then a bunch of just bolts and whatnot. And then the main figure. Well, all right, let's get to posing this guy then, I guess. Let's go for it. Well, my closing thoughts on Modulok. This is a pretty sweet figure. I mean, I was a little bit intimidated by the posing. It was definitely the most challenging review I've had in terms of showing off what the figure can do, but that's why I do these, to kind of show off the figure, all the articulation. Um, I take pride in it, and I think I pulled it off. Uh, he was challenging though. He has so many different parts. There's so many different things you can do with him. And after this, I really do believe that I only just scratched the surface of how many different transformations you can get out of this dude. I mean, it's awesome. At first, I was kind of thinking he wasn't as fun to kind of mess around with and switch out the parts as the original, Modulok released back in the 80s, because it's just so fun and simple, and you just pop the parts right off. This was a little bit more dynamic in it, and it has some advancements in the tooling and whatnot, but it's pretty sturdy. I never really felt like I was gonna break any part, and I was intimidated by all the parts. But once you kind of get down to it and you start doing it, you kind of start having fun. You start feeling kind of like a kid again. Uh, and these are definitely more of like collector's items now, but still very fun to play with, still very fun to pose, still very fun to look at. Um, I do really like this figure. I'm glad I picked it up. It's gonna look great on my shelf. It's gonna have a huge presence, pretty much no matter what. I mean, you can multiply him. You can keep him as one giant, massive kaiju, pretty much, if you wanted. A little creepy little kaijin guy on your shelf. And I really appreciate that. Just think he's got one hell of a presence. I'm not really gonna say there's a whole lot of cons. I mean, you kind of just have to get this guy in your hands and see him for yourself. Just kind of feel him out, like how you feel about him. Because I know there's some difference in his sculpting and whatnot. Like I know they kind of give him more of a crustaceous shell, bulky look, like the MOTU Classics Modulok looked like, and they kind of tried to combine, elements from each figure, the vintage Modulok and then the Classics Modulok, kind of giving the best of both worlds, kind of the size of the vintage figure with kind of the simple sleekness of the original Modulok with the shell armor, kind of the more buff look, which is just interesting though because he was probably one of the most unique looking original MOTU figures just with his lanky sleekness alone. Now, if you look at this is the original Masters of the Universe 80s Modulok, and you can see here he's pretty thin. He doesn't really. I mean, look at that torso compared to that torso. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And you look at the body parts and everything. Everything's really slimmed down. Everything's really thin. And that's kind of the uniqueness of this particular figure, and I feel like they kind of took that away with this particular release. But again, I think they were trying to give us best of both worlds, and I gotta give them credit for that. And you know what? If you like the sleekness of the original, I'd just say get the original. You know what I mean? Um, or if you think it should be even bulkier, if you think it should be even bigger, even crazier looking, more hardware, then get the MOTU Classics version. But this is kind of the best of the both worlds is the best way I would describe it. It's not necessarily a completely faithful um, adaptation of the original figure, which Origins usually tries to do, tries to replicate the original look of the figure, the original feel. Not so much with the play features, but more in the look. This one doesn't really try to do that. They kind of took some liberties, but I respect it. I think it looks pretty damn cool, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully a multibot in the future so I can combine them. And what was their name when they're together? Like Mega Beast or something like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd love to see a multibot. I'd love to see that other guy that was in the back of the packaging that I showed earlier, introduced into the Origins line. That guy looks really awesome. So some more Horde guys definitely would be cool. Interchangeable body part figures, very very cool. And yeah, that's all I've really got today on this review of MOTU Origins Modulok. Subscribe, leave a comment down below, like this video. Let me know, are you going to pick this up? Are you not going to pick this up? Do you like this more than the original? Do you appreciate the liberties that they took with the kind of newer look? Do you not like the classics influence on this figure? Let me know in the comments down below. And I guess there's really only one thing left to say since the review's over. Devonius, out.